March is already here. The first quarter of the year is almost over, and I just want to check in with you guys when it comes to achieving and sustaining our health goals. So today I decided to film outside in one of my most favorite locations where I normally go for a jog once a week here in the Marina. And I wanted to take advantage of the good weather because summer months are just around the corner. Now, if you are one of those people just like me who start the year with so many different goals when it comes to our health and our wellness, and you're starting to feel overwhelmed and you're starting to feel like we are not able to sustain our goals, then I'm here to give you 3 tips on how we can better achieve our health goals for 2018. So if you're interested in this, then keep on watching. The first tip that I'm going to give you guys is really to have a very strong why as to why we have this specific health goal. Remember that we don't always have to have goals just for the sake of having one. So if your goal is to lower your cholesterol or heal from a chronic illness or autoimmune condition, or you just want to gain more energy so that you can be more effective at home and at work, then it's good to write them down and really put down the why of that goal. I would also highly suggest that we try to think of a goal that is more than simply losing weight. Because from my own experience, I'll just share with you guys a story. When I was a teenager, my goal for that entire year was just really to lose weight. See, I was a fat kid and I was being teased a lot. And what happened is that I set out that for that year I'm going to lose like 1 kilo a week. That's insane because I was just obsessed about counting calories. So if I wanted to have that piece of chocolate or that ice cream, I would skip lunch so that I could have it, which of course in the long term was not healthy at all. I started losing my hair, I started getting really pale, I absolutely had no energy, my stomach would hurt for that evening because I was just so hungry. So as you can see, that just didn't work for me. So instead of making it all just about counting calories and losing weight, think about why you want to do it and write it down, because the stronger the why, the more we will be able to sustain that goal. The second tip is to keep things simple. I'm totally guilty of this because when in the beginning of the year, when we're so pumped up to really just have a healthy life, it's so tempting to go, okay, I'm moving from a sad diet, a standard American diet, for example, of processed food, of deep fried food, of baked high sugar food, to a diet of, say, more plant-based, more organic food, eating more at home. And then all of a sudden you want to cut out gluten, you want to cut out dairy, you want to cut out everything deep fried. So many things that you want to change, or that we set our hearts to change, and it can get very, very overwhelming, and I totally can understand that. It makes it so difficult to sustain when that's our situation. So my recommendation is to keep things simple. Just work on one goal at a time. So whether it's just, say, drinking an additional of 2 glasses of water a day, or adding more vegetables to your diet, or reading an additional 2 articles on health and wellness per month, things like that, just keep it simple and stick to it. And once you're able to make a habit out of it, then you can move on to the second goal. The third tip is to focus on what we are gaining instead of what we are losing from our goals. Now, there's a thing called loss aversion, that where us human beings, we are just so scared of losing something. Like, in order for us to make a change, we need to gain, say, 3 times more from that change compared to the weight of what we will be losing because of that change. So what's more important as well is how we frame our goals in our mind. So for example, for this year I want to lower down my blood sugar. In order to do that, I'm not allowed to have any chocolates, any sugar, any processed sugar. So what happens is that all of a sudden, everywhere we go, there's cakes, there's ice cream, there's so many temptation, and we tell ourselves, no, we can't have it, but then all the more we want it. Now, instead of saying that, in my opinion, what works is to reframe it by telling yourself, I can have chocolates, but I choose to replace this with fruits or with dates instead whenever I'm craving for desserts, because I am trying to be healthier this year. I'm trying to lower down my blood sugar. By telling yourself that, you're focusing on what you can have in replacement of chocolates or in replacement of something sweet. And you know, in the times that you do really want it, I don't know, I'm really a proponent of, you know, no deprivation. Like, if you really want it, then have a piece or two and move on and go back to living a healthy life, or go back to trying to have a healthier lifestyle. Because in the long term, like, having a healthy life, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And as long as every single day we're taking a step forward, then we are already on the right track. Okay, so that is all that I wanted to share with you. Do give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you have some additional ways to achieve our health goals, type them down in the comment section below. Thank you for your time, and I will see you again soon.